Cadets, parents and guardians, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, bonsoir, good evening. My name is Captain Jean Ham, and I have the pleasure of serving as the commanding officer for 34 Roland J. Groome, Royal Canadian Air Cadet Squadron. While I would have much rather hosted you in person, I would nevertheless like to welcome you this evening to our virtual ACR. Tonight is an opportunity for us to celebrate the accomplishments and the achievements of all our cadets. It goes without saying that last year was a particularly challenging one for us at 34. Not only did we have to continue delivering training in a virtual COVID environment, but we also suffered the loss of one of our own. Last fall, Captain Gary Saxby, our Deputy Commanding Officer, passed away after 42 years of service in uniform. For those of you who knew Gary, this was an individual who was a leader and a mentor and developed countless young people and adults. Tremendous influence. I can't say enough of what he dedicated to the cadet program. And I take some comfort in knowing that 34 was still able to continue. We persevered. The cadets demonstrated a resiliency and a determination to remain engaged. And I see that as a bit of a legacy. So tonight, I would like once again to welcome you to the awards ceremony and to take the time to celebrate the accomplishments and the resiliencies that our young people have shown. would have thought we'd find ourselves here at a second virtual ACR courtesy of the COVID-19 pandemic? Well, here we are. I'd like to share a few thoughts about our current state of affairs. If we look back in March of 2020, we were faced with an unprecedented challenge, both on a world level and right down to our own cadet activities. Despite those challenges, we were able, and when I say we, I speak of the cadets, the staff, and the volunteers, and the support we were given. We remained able to conduct virtual activities. In fact, with the exception of a 3-week period in last fall, we have maintained virtual cadet activities for over a year and a half, I would say. Furthermore, if you look at the number of cadets who will be acknowledged for their perfect attendance, I think we're looking at over 30, 35 cadets who remained fully engaged in our program and received their attendance recognition. That is quite remarkable, and it speaks to the resiliency and the perseverance and the ability for you to adapt to the changing world that we're facing. In fact, if we look back at last year's Air Cadet League AGM, 34 Roland J. Groome was acknowledged with a certificate for being able to maintain a virtual cadet training program. Well, cadets, that program would not have functioned without your direct involvement, your direct resiliency, and your direct perseverance. So for that, I feel it is appropriate that the squadron staff recognize that. And for that accomplishment, you will each be receiving a certificate of resiliency commending you on your perseverance during these trying times. Congratulations.
For those of you who don't know, I am Officer Cadet McGill Yates. I have served with the officer side of things with cadets now for about 5 years. And in this time, I have acted as a biathlon coach, a marksmanship coach, and chaperone for a number of other activities that we have taken part in. But this evening, it is my pleasure to be able to announce and award certificates to the team that we sent forward to the Virtual Vortex. And the Virtual Vortex is an activity that took place this year that was the first of its kind. That was a virtual social for cadets of all elements, air, army, and sea, to come together and socialize with each other and see how each other worked in their provinces, get to know the local differences, see how the programs worked differently in each region. And the cadets that we brought forward acted as ambassadors for our squadron and carried themselves very well. And I had a number of officers come forward afterwards and speak to me about how positive and upbeat our cadets were. So I would like to thank Sergeant Mackey, Flight Sergeant Bott, Sergeant Kenyak, Warrant Officer Lazurko, Flight Corporal Bulgov, and Sergeant Agun S. for not only taking part in this activity, but for stepping forward and showing a positive attitude that wasn't only shown to the cadets, but also to multiple other officers. So. This evening, I will be awarding the Perfect Attendance Award, and that is for any cadet who has no more than 3 excused absences or lates and no unexcused absences or lates. And in today's COVID environment, I believe that it is a huge accomplishment for us to be awarding this to 35 plus cadets who have been at every single Zoom meeting. So this award will be going out to the following cadets.
Good evening. My name is Second Lieutenant Towers, and I am your training officer. You would have seen me for the first half of the year, but the second half of the year I was absent due to having a baby. I am back now to present an award. It has been quite a unique year, and because of that, we need a unique way to acknowledge cadets who have gone above and beyond in a way that we wouldn't see during a normal training year. These cadets have always been engaged in class. Their leadership and enthusiasm has aided the instructors in delivering the program in a virtual environment and helped their peers to stay on task and engaged as well. So I have the Classroom Engagement Certificate to present to Corporal Ahmed, Sergeant Mackey, and Corporal Horth. Congratulations.
The award of Top Cadet is recognition granted to a cadet who has reached a minimum rank of Flight Sergeant, who has displayed excellent attendance, participation in cadet activities, has exhibited a positive attitude and deportment, and more importantly, has demonstrated the qualities of a leader and led by example. In this particular year, we have been challenged by the COVID environment, and there are two recipients for the Top Senior Award this year. I would like to recognize and congratulate Warrant Officer Second Class Robbins and Warrant Officer First Class Konetsky for the recognition of being deemed top seniors for this past training year. Bravo Zulu, gentlemen.
Okay. I really have a fondness for the effective speaking program that goes back to when I was a cadet and participated in the program, and when I was a parent volunteer and helped run our local squadron competition. This year, I was proud to be the provincial chairperson for the Sask Air Cadet League effective speaking program. I appreciate all the officers and volunteers at 34 for organizing and running a successful effective speaking competition during this pandemic year. This year, the speeches were done virtually. I want to thank all the cadets that participated in the program. The skills you learn will help you throughout your lifetime. I thoroughly enjoy watching cadets give their speeches and watch their skills and their self-confidence grow year after year. So please keep competing. And if you are a cadet that hasn't tried it, give it a try next year. And if you're a parent and you have an opportunity to volunteer for this program, it's time well spent. On behalf of the Air Cadet League, I would like to congratulate Flight Sergeant Hahn, who competed in the 34 effective speaking competition for 2021 and advanced to the zone competition. I present him with this certificate, as well as a bronze pin for him to wear on his uniform. Congratulations, Flight Sergeant Hahn.
Good evening. I'm here tonight to present the Cadet Choice Award. This award is voted on by cadets for their role model and leadership qualities, the esprit de corps, which would include the feeling of pride and fellowship shared by fellow cadets of the squadron. I would like to present and congratulate Warrant Officer First Class Konetsky.
The Commanding Officers Award is awarded to a cadet who has achieved a minimum of 60% attendance throughout the cadet training year, who has demonstrating outstanding esprit de corps and is overall a model cadet as far as dress and deportment and leadership. This year, the decision was particularly difficult in that we have several individuals who have stepped up to make this a successful training year. However, the recipient of this year's award is an individual who has not only used the skill set that he has learned and acquired during his cadet career, but he has also taken that skill set and applied it outside of the cadet program throughout his own community. Our recipient of the Commanding Officers Award has been able to keep us entertained in this virtual training environment. I'm sure all the cadets can appreciate the household scavenger hunt we had, the movie trivia at the end of the training night, and my personal favorite is the very intrusive Trivial Pursuit questions on getting to know your staff and your senior cadets. So without further ado, I would like to congratulate Warrant Officer Second Class Petro Lazurko for being this year's recipient of the Commanding Officers Award. Bravo Zulu Warrant.
Cadets of 34 Roland J. Groome, parents, relatives, brothers, sisters, and anybody on the World Wide Web who has tuned in to see us. And just in case you've forgotten my name, I'm Captain Bisky and I'm your supply officer. And I'll tell you, what an eventful year we've had. We tried some small in-person training in the fall, and I may have been lucky to see half of you, which would be a remarkable number if I did. But that's what COVID does, and that's what a worldwide pandemic will do to us. As next year is my last year as an officer with 34, hopefully we will be in a live environment at some time, and I'll get to see each and every one of your smiling faces. So I'd also like to wish all cadets not returning all the best in their future endeavors, whatever path life takes you down. I truly hope that you have learned some life skills from this program that will be of benefit to you at some point in your life. Now this evening, I have the honor of announcing the recipients of the Air Cadet Service Medal and the bar. The Air Cadet League of Canada, the Air Cadet League of Canada has created an award to recognize continuous meritorious service, cadet service of at least 4 years by deserving air cadets. This medal was brought in January of 2006. To qualify for this award, a serving cadet must have successfully completed 4 years of honorable service with no serious infractions. For every subsequent completed year, the cadet will receive a bar to be displayed on the medal's ribbon and a rosette to put on the undress ribbons. A list will be coming up on screen shortly with all the recipients. I congratulate each and every one of you, and also each and every cadet. I hope you have a great summer, and we should see you in person come fall. Thank you.
Cadets, my name is Civilian Instructor Quelola, and I am the newest officer here. It is my pleasure to present this next award to this cadet. The Los Dracona Medal is the highest award which can be bestowed upon a cadet in recognition of exemplary performance in physical and military training. The medal and the accompanying certificate of merit are awarded by the Los Dracona Trust. The issue and wearing of the Los Dracona Medal is authorized by the Chief of Defense Staff. Each Air Cadet Squadron may award one medal in each training year, but the award of the medal is to be based solely on the availability of a worthy candidate. Awarding the Los Dracona Medal annually is not mandatory and should not be a matter of custom for a particular appointment or by seniority alone. The squadron commanding officer determines whether the Los Dracona Medal should be awarded each year, but he is encouraged to seek the recommendation of the squadron sponsoring committee. The Los Dracona Medal is provided through the area cadet officer and is presented by the reviewing officer at the Squadron Annual Ceremonial Review. In recognition of outstanding performance, leadership, and dedication to the program, the Los Dracona Medal is awarded to our very own First Warrant Officer First Class, Nolan Koneski. Congratulations, Cadet.
Officers, squadron members, family, friends, and guests. My name is Ron Donison. I'm with the Royal Canadian Legion here in Regina, Saskatchewan, and I'm here this evening to do a presentation of a medal to one of the cadets from your squadron. The Royal Canadian Legion Cadet Medal of Excellence is a cadet medal which is available to members of the Royal Canadian Sea Cadets, Royal Canadian Army Cadets, and Royal Canadian Air Cadets. Legion Medal of Excellence is awarded to the Royal Canadian, or awarded by the Royal Canadian Legion to cadets who have displayed excellence in citizenship outside of the cadet program. The Cadet Medal of Excellence is awarded to the cadet who meets all requirements of the squadron annual mandatory and optional training programs, has participated in a minimum of 3 community service events in addition to those supported by the Cadet Squadron, is regarded by his peers and superiors as exemplifying the model cadet, and has enhanced the Cadet Squadron. I am pleased to announce that Warrant Officer 2, Petro Lazurko, is the winner of this year's medal. Congratulations, Warrant Officer.
Hello parents, officers, and cadets. My name is Warrant Officer First Class Koneski. This year has been unlike any cadet year in history. Other than the short time we were able to meet together in person, all of the training has been conducted virtually. Even though most of the year was conducted via Zoom, we still managed to have a fun and successful cadet year. As I've mentioned before, 34 cadets are extremely resilient, and you've all done a great job at embracing the unexpected change. There are many technical and logistical aspects that go into the training nights. This includes scheduling classes, finding senior cadets to instruct, and getting the Zoom ready for everyone. All of these things are possible with the hard work of the officers and senior cadets. I would like to say thank you to them for the effort they put into making the training nights great. Without their efforts, the weekly training would simply not be possible. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for your participation in the weekly activities. Your engagement made training fun for everyone. Whether it was a virtual MRE tasting or a fun game, you were all there participating and making the delivery of virtual training easier. I know that it has been difficult at times, for example, talking for 5 minutes only to realize that you were muted the whole time, but it will all have been worth it when we can all get together in person once again. I hope that everyone has a great summer, and I will see you all when we start back up. Stay safe.
Good evening, cadets, officers, and special guests. I'd like to thank the organizing committee for the invitation to bring greetings as we celebrate your achievements. As the chair of the Squadron Sponsoring Committee, I want to express how proud we are of each and every one of you. The past 15 months have proven to be challenging, and I hope this message finds everyone healthy and happy. We are thrilled you have continued to join your fellow cadets virtually every Monday and your strong commitment to the squadron. I'm looking forward to seeing you attend in-person summer training camps, participate on one of the squadron sporting teams, and enjoy fun adventures at SAS Cadet once again. I want every cadet to take a minute and reflect on the friendships you've made, and for those aging out, those connections throughout your entire cadet career. Many of you will have these friendships and acquaintances throughout your adult life. I still have contacts I made during my 6 years as an air cadet in small town Saskatchewan. We may not see or talk to each other every week, but the opportunity arises, and it's like we were at summer camp in Penhold or Gimli. Yes, those were hotspot summer camp destinations. When you're at school or at a family gathering and someone asks you why you're involved in Air Cadets, I want you to beam with pride and tell them. Explain to your family and friends why you're honored to put on the uniform and what you learned in training that night, or how you led your peers in a leadership course. Those are the valuable tools you'll take with you as you join the workforce and start your own families. Again, thank you. It's been an honor to represent you for 3 years as your squadron sponsoring committee chair. I want to wish everyone a safe and enjoyable summer.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Leslie Bennett, Sask Air Cadet League Director for 34 Squadron. On behalf of the Air Cadet League of Canada, Sask Provincial Committee Board of Directors, I thank the officers and staff and Squadron Sponsoring Committee for inviting me to be a part of the 2021 annual ceremonial review for 34 Squadron. This past year has not been an easy one. Cancellations, retooling of programs, and engaging in new ways of meeting and learning has not been without its struggles. I'm proud of the efforts that all the staff, volunteers, and cadets put forward to see this year's program through to the end. The Sask Air Cadet League appreciates the efforts put forth by the officers and staff to make this year a highly successful one for your squadron. Your dedication and effort is evident in the pride and polish shown by the cadets. The selfless sacrifice of your free time to better the lives of the youth in your community is gratefully appreciated. The Sask Air Cadet League also recognizes the effort of our SSCs put forth to help sustain the program. Behind every good program, there are many volunteers who dedicate their time and effort, often without much recognition. I, along with our entire board of directors, thank you, the volunteers, for your efforts, which enable these cadets to participate in this great program. The Sask Air Cadet League is proud to partner with the Department of National Defense to provide assets like the gliding flying program, so cadets may fly. We hope to get back in the air soon. We fund facilities like our Camp Sask Cadet for outdoor training, and we offer support to programs like curling, effective speaking, and the photo contest. However, it's the volunteers at the squadron level that really make these programs work. This summer, we hope to make the day camps appealing by having Department of National Defense work with our COPA partners to offer engaging activities for our youth. Please watch for activities in your area and participate when able. Lastly, I'd like to thank the cadets for their participation in the squadron. The benefits that you can achieve from the Air Cadet program will stay with you for your lifetime. Be proud that you're an Air Cadet, work hard, and take advantage of all the program has to offer you. In closing, congratulations to all involved on your very successful year.
Ladies and gentlemen, customarily at an ACR, we would have a reviewing officer who would inspect the cadets, and we would have a squadron march past. Given that this is a virtual event, clearly this is not a possibility. We are, however, fortunate to have a special guest with us here this evening. However, before I take a moment to introduce our guest, I would like to delve back into some Regina history. Particularly, I'd like to speak about 34 Roland J. Groome. Well, where does that name come from? Well, it turns out that Roland J. Groome, apart from being a Regina resident, was also a Canadian aviation pioneer. One of Mr. Groome's numerous accomplishments consists of being the recipient of the very first commercial pilot's license in Canada. As a result of him being a pioneer in aviation, the Regina Airport at one time was known as Roland J. Groome Field. So not only does our squadron, but our local airport also share his name in honor of everything that he brought to the aviation industry. And this evening, I have the pleasure of introducing Mr. James Bogus as our guest speaker. James is currently the president and CEO of the Regina Airport Authority. James has over 16 years of experience working in airports, beginning his aviation career in 2001 as a technology consultant with the Victoria Airport Authority. In 2007, James officially joined the authority as an airport manager, holding progressively more senior roles over a decade. He worked his way up to Vice President of Operations and Development, and this was a role that he held on to for over 4 years. James is a true community builder who puts a large focus on collaborating with stakeholders. He has championed award-winning environmental initiatives, modernized the airport's operational systems, and always worked to enhance the customer experience. As the CEO of Canada's 15th largest airport, James remains active in the Canadian Airport Council, having served on its Operations, Safety and Technical Affairs Committee, as well as the CAC's Environment Committee. James has also served on a variety of boards and committees related to tourism, development, technology, and transportation. And on a personal note, I can tell you that James has been a tremendous supporter of our squadron and is fully behind the Regina Airport Authority's corporate sponsorship of our wonderful program. Ladies and gentlemen, James Bogus.
Hello, 34 Roland J. Groome cadets. What a day it is today for you to all be together. But what a year it's been here in Saskatchewan. For all of you who have stuck it out with the cadets through this pandemic, looking to persevere and grow into future leaders, I applaud you. Now, thinking about your future and thinking about what it takes to be a true leader for Canada, your community, and wherever you're going to end up in the world as you grow into mature and responsible adults, I want to share something with you. When you think about development and you look to aspire to be greater than yourself, you have to dig deep and look to challenge yourself in areas that are uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is not a bad thing. It's not something we're here to avoid. It's a way to grow. It's a way to learn and a way to overcome. Becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable is what you should be aspiring toward. We're always going to have challenges in our life. We're always going to have adversity to overcome. And having the skills and the ability to embrace that adversity, not avoid that adversity, is what's going to make you a stronger person. It's going to teach you how to dig in deep when you need to, whether that's on a job, with your family, supporting your community, or serving in the military. It's those skills that are respected by others. It's about learning to fend for yourself, fight for what you believe in, and not expect someone else to do that for you. That is leadership. It's contributing and helping those around you with a hand up, not a hand out. It's about learning how to navigate obstacles, but embracing and being okay with the fact that they will always present themselves in a variety of ways. Don't look for the easy way out. Ask yourself, what can I do to challenge myself? What can I do to learn how to overcome and become the leader that you know you are? Just the fact that you've chosen to be in the cadet program, and I know for some of you, you may have thought, my mom or dad want me to join, I'm not really sure if this is for me, whereas others may have embraced it early. But all of you together, and soon, and hopefully soon, back in person, not just virtually, but as you've come together as a group, you've learned together, you've struggled together, and you've overcome together. And that is something you will have in life that you will hold near and dear to your heart, but to also make sure you continue to develop in that way. Remember, it's not about being comfortable. It's about embracing when you're not comfortable to grow and lead and have grit and fortitude to see the day through. Life isn't easy, but life is wonderful when you embrace what life has to offer. I'm so proud of each and every one of you, and I wish you an amazing day. From all of us here at the Regina Airport, we embrace you as Air Cadets, and we hope you'll be flying in our skies in the future. Take care.
As the cadet training year comes to an end, I think it's important to recognize those individuals who rose to the challenge and helped make this unique training year a success. To James Bogus, I would like to thank you for your aspiring address and for the continuing support that the Regina Airport Authority offers our squadron. Director Bennett, I would like to thank you for your support of our squadron and the support provided by the Saskatchewan Air Cadet League. To the dedicated members of the Squadron Sponsoring Committee, I want to thank you for your perseverance and your ability to support us during these trying times. Had it not been for your financial support, some of our more creative activities would have fallen by the wayside. It goes without saying that a program like this would not be successful without a group of dedicated individuals who administer the challenge of this creative training year. I would like to acknowledge my staff, who without them this year's success would not have been possible. To Captain Biskey, Captain Towers, Second Lieutenant Towers, Officer Cadet McGill Yates, Officer Cadet Martin, Civilian Instructor Pagliolo, Bravo Zulu. You should be proud of the program that was delivered this year. To the cadets, I would like to congratulate you one last time for your accomplishments. I hope to see you all in person in the fall, and I wish you a safe and relaxing summer.
Hey guys, 1 Officer First Class Konetsky here. I'm out here with 1 Officer Lazurko, 1 Officer Robbins, and 1 Officer Green, and we're doing some geocaching. So we're here at our first location. Our geocaching GPS took us to what appears to be an ordinary piece of PVC pipe, but upon closer inspection, we can actually see that it is the geocache that we were looking for. So this one's kind of tricky. It looks like the geocache is inside the tube here, and we're still trying to figure out how to get to it. We'll get back to you guys. So let's see what we got inside of our geocache here. Warren Green's gonna pull out a little baggie.
That's our list of people who've been here.
Nice.
We got nothing else in there.
So no little toys in this one.
Let's sign our name.
So we got a little paper out and we're gonna sign our names and date it, and then we're gonna move on to the next geocacher. Sign of 34 cadets.
As well as my name. I need to be known that I was here. I'll do you as well. Quit moving.
I'm not moving.
Quit laughing, you're making this hard.
Alright, good stuff. So on our geocaching adventures, we opened this up.
I opened it up.
Yeah, sorry, Warren Green opened it up, and we found some strange Lego boxes which are not part of the geocache. So we're gonna take a look inside of those and see what we got. So in these boxes, we found what appears to be a pair of tweezers. Oh, sorry, this is not a geocache. This is just a random box. An uncut house key, and a notebook, and a walkie-talkie. Bunch of razor blades, and a flashlight, interestingly enough. And the boxes all have names on them. So we're looking for the last geocache here, and I think we found it. Tucked in between this little crack here. And I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's it, but we'll get back to you guys. Okay, we've got our last one here. I'm gonna go ahead and sign it. So we're coming up on our next geocache location here, and
the ping is taking us into some trees here, so we're gonna come in here. Is it in the gopher hole? Who knows? Oh, wow. That is sneaky. So it is just in it's a little piece of paper in a, that is neat.
A little tube under
Yeah,
a
let's see.
log.
It's too small to sign.
So this is just the coordinates. This is a multi-stage cache. So these are coordinates to our next location. So we're going to type that into the GPS. And we're going to find our next spot.
Let's go. So we put the coordinates into Google Maps and they take us back into kind of this area right here. So we're kind of just looking around right now.
It could really be anywhere, but... Oh, there it is.
Found it?
Yeah.
Let me see. Nice. Just hanging on a little hook back there.
Yeah.
We'll open it up, sign it, and move on to our next geocache. So we're coming up on our final geocache here. The weather's getting a little windy, a little stormy. That's okay, we're still gonna grab this last one. And it seems like it's gonna be in this bush somewhere, according to the geocache GPS. And you guys see it? Oh yeah. That one's nice and hidden in there. I think it's an old protein container. Go ahead, take the lid off. See what's inside.
Oh boy, look at that.
Lots of stuff.
Oh man, what's that? That's crazy. What?
See that?
There's 2 of them in there. That's nuts.
Not bad.
Hey, look at that.
There's a whole bunch of other stuff.
There's all kind of knickknacks in there.
Pretty cool. And we'll go ahead and sign it. And we picked some dice up from the dollar store, so we'll throw those in there too. See what kind of goodies we can get.
Yep.
We're gonna use those Zirco as our table again, and
We'll sign it for all you guys. We're
we're gonna sign it in there. 23rd.
2021.
Well, I hope so. Supposed to sign 34 cadets.
Yeah, I'm signing that.
There you go. Awesome.
There you go.
And that's our last geocache for the day. So that concludes our geocaching for the day. Pretty successful, hey boys?
I'd say
Oh yeah. Awesome. All right, we'll see you guys next year. Hopefully we'll do some more geocaching together soon. Peace.